What is up, Chase That Coin family? Shaka Daniel here, aka Chase That Coin, and let's chase these coins. So we got some more blood in the street, ladies and gentlemen. We got more blood in the street. But when there is blood in the street, this is the perfect time to use your dry powder. All right, now dry powder is just an expression for having cash to buy in. All right, so you have a position. Let's say you have $10,000 on the side and the market takes a dip, you use some of the $10,000, which would be the dry powder, and you start to either dollar cost average in, or if you think your technicals are good, you take a chunk position. All right. Now, since there is blood on the street and I did have some dry powder, I took that opportunity to triple down on my Neo position. All right. So we're doing a 1 Bitcoin to 10 Bitcoin challenge to see if I could trade and turn 1 Bitcoin into 10 right in front of your guys' eyes. But we got a nice dip, all right. And from the original position that we took, which was 505,000 satoshis, we're about at a 7% loss right now. My hard stop is no more than 15%. Um, between 10 and 15. I usually do 12 and 15, but I tripled down. All right, so we're almost into the 1,000 Neo Club. If the market, I mean, depending on how I'm feeling, and the reason I say that is because I think this market is way oversold. All right, Da Hong Fei, well, China just had a conference, a blockchain conference, and the name roughly translated into the trustworthy blockchain conference. And Da Hong Fei, which is the CEO or the founder of Neo, was invited to speak on the panel, all right, with Chinese officials. So I think that a lot of this is created, at least for Neo. It may have been time for a well needed pullback anyway, but I think a lot of this is from people not doing research. All right. So people just hear the Ethereum of China. They want to jump on because they think the price can go up. Once they hear ICOs are temporarily banned in China, they drop Neo without doing the research. Because, well, they didn't do the research in the first place. They just heard Ethereum China and they jumped in. But Neo is not built for for ICOs. Yes, it can host ICOs, but it is built for smart economy and digital assets and transfer of assets. All right. And it also, Neo just has so much good things in it right now. So that's why I'm really bullish. That's why I could easily, held this little dry powder I had. That I was willing to take out of my stash, and I could have just held it in Bitcoin, or I could have gotten to another altcoin. But I think this is severely oversold. But let's check out some other markets because I'm doing this challenge, and I don't want it to be only my channel to only be about Neo. I'm making a little comeback with my channel, try to make it a lot more consistent and get it where I want it to be. All right. So we have Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin USD. All right, and we're gonna look at the Coinbase chart. I'm a little sick, guys, so if I sound kind of stuffy, then. Um, Now, as far as Bitcoin, the day is still live. We still have 4.5 hours before this day candle closes. All right, so on the daily candle, we're not looking bearish at all. Actually, the market could just be testing my 7 moving average. All right, and we could easily get a close above this. If we get a close above this moving average right here, then I'm going to continue to be bullish Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is shaping the market uh, as far as movement right now, and see, this this market is going to create two things. It's going to shake a lot of weak hands out of Bitcoin, and a lot of people are going to miss out. All right. So 2 years ago, a year ago, year and a half ago, when cryptocurrency market wasn't as popularized as it is now, a lot of people were in cryptocurrency, holding on, accumulating, and during a bull market, seeing a lot of good moves. Now, this market is just going to create a situation where it shakes out a lot of these people that aren't doing any research, don't understand Bitcoin at all, and it's going to give the people like myself, like you guys out there that are doing their research and that have done their due diligence chances to triple down like I did right here, going from 305 neo to almost 1,000. All right. And when the bull market comes back, it's a lot of these people are going to have to, they're going to FOMO, and then they're going to want to jump back in. All right. So, and another thing is creating, it's creating a lot of good opportunities for Bitcoin, because like the main theme of this is a lot of people aren't doing their due diligence. No blockchain belongs to any country. Ethereum doesn't belong to America. Neo doesn't belong to China. All right. No blockchain belongs to any country. This is open source. Anybody can contribute to it, and that's the whole point of Bitcoin. No government can actually really stop Bitcoin unless they turn off the internet. All right. Even though China has the Great Firewall of China, there are ways around that. All right. So the cryptocurrency market is just going to give us a lot of opportunities. Um, my original trade of the 1.60 BTC, depending on how that plays out in the neo market, I may look to reposition that and see if I can up this amount. All right, so let's see if we can add another 100 neo off of this from a nice trade. Um, this is the way I trade, guys. I'm a swing trader. I'm a long term trader. I do not jump in and out of the market multiple times a day. Well, I usually don't, but I do have a day trading strategy. But the more you're jumping in and out of the market, the more it increases your chance of losing. All right, that's why 95% of day traders are eventually unsuccessful. All right, 95%. Okay, so this is the way I trade. I may jump into a position. I may hold that one position for 2 weeks. All right. I may hold it for 2 days. I'm not gonna, most likely I'm not gonna jump in and out of the market unless there's a lot of activity in certain coins. All right. And this is a much safer way of trading. It's a much more consistent way of trading. It's a much more anxiety and stress-free way of trading. All right. So I'm thinking about I'm thinking about how I'm going to do the challenge. I'm thinking about whether I'm going to do the challenge, keep the challenge as 1 to 10, and make it something that you guys can mimic, or just do the challenge how I normally trade, which is with multiple Bitcoin, a lot bigger positions. So when we do get these 20%, 15% moves, one 15, 20% move is one Bitcoin. So I'm thinking about how, if I'm going to switch it up, whether I'm going to be trading a big position and show you guys how I normally trade, or whether I'm going to just do the 1 to 10 and show you guys how it is that you can build your account. All right. I'm still working on that. We're going to get this channel consistent. I've had a green screen and all this stuff for so long. I'm about to start using it, and we're about to turn up. We're about to go in. So give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, hit that subscribe button, pound that like button, share this around, follow me on Twitter at Chase That Coin, and keep chasing that coin, ladies and gentlemen.